Hi everybody, it's Connie and it's 2 o'clock on Wednesday and I have so many announcements that I want to make, so I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes to make those announcements to try to catch more people online. So this has been a very eventful week for me because we got a new puppy and he is, taking a lot of time and energy. So that is really something. And of course, Christmas prep is all happening. It's all crazy. I know a few of you have already had Christmas with your family or are starting to pull that together. Oh my gosh. We don't have a huge Christmas planned, but of course it's always here at my house, and so it's just the cleaning and the cooking and making sure you have all the food and the presents and everything that everybody does. So today, before I make my announcements, I just want to show you we're gonna make a very quick last minute kind of gift that you can give to anybody. This would be perfect for somebody like, the delivery drivers, the postmen, the whoever, because it's just a little something. Hi, Noelle. Hold on, I'm having trouble seeing my messages, so I'm gonna mess with my thing. I missed your question, Denise, but I am online. So I want to make a little quick gifty. Everybody's seen like the little cocoa packets with the candy canes. You make them for your coworkers or put them in everybody's mailbox or give them to your mailman or your neighbors or whatever. But I just want to show you a really quick way to dress that up. This is made with my scraps because I have a lot of scraps. And so basically, if you look at the measurements on my pad here, this is basically 5 by 9, and I made approximately 3-4 inches in, I made a score line, and then a 1/2 inch later I made another score line. So basically there's a couple of score lines on there, and these are not set in stone. As a matter of fact, you could just chop a 12 by 12 sheet in half, make 2 of these, and then score it wherever, and then decide how where you want this to be. But basically we're just going to make like a little half envelope. You could even use an envelope for this if you have lots of colored envelopes or something. So what I did, because what I want to do is I want to make a little pocket, and I want to be able to put the cocoa into the pocket and the candy cane into the pocket. It's that simple. It looks so fancy, but I think what makes it look fancy is that I made too many Christmas cards, and what a shame to not be able to use these, because I did color them and they have the cool paper and I really like them a lot. And so I was like, okay, so I chopped the card in half. This was the inside of my card, and basically what I can do then is cut out my sentiment or restamp it, whatever. And then, hold on, my adhesive is almost out, so I'm not going to use very much adhesive on this. But on the back, I'm just going to put a little Merry Christmas, and I can use my like red gel pen or something to write a little from the hearts or whatever. And then I want to put this cute little elf on the front, and you can cut that any way you want. I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive and I'm going to kind of eyeball center that. Does not have to be perfect, because you realize as soon as somebody gets this home, they're probably going to throw it away. It's not necessarily a savable thing. This is a piece of leftover scraps that I had from Levy and Rose. Remember that? It was like really a while ago. It had a lot of black and white paper, and I have been saving it for why, I don't know, but I finally this Christmas pulled it out and I decided to use it, and I just think that's really cute. I like how it looks with the black and white with the red and green. And then my very last thing is to use my hole punch, and hopefully you guys have a hole punch that's not like a monster like mine. And I am going to just make 2 little holes like that on each side. Now, you do not need to make 2 holes. You could just do 1, and you could just tie it. You know, you could just tie a ribbon through it. What I like to do is go down. Sorry, my fingers are tripping up over themselves. All right, go down into one hole and up into another, and then either tie a bow or tie a knot. It only takes a couple of minutes if you just tie it into a little knot like that and cut it. I always made a ton of stuff like this for the people I worked with. I gotta be honest, I'm kind of missing that this year. I like making little things to tuck into people's mailboxes or lockers, and sometimes I would put in little gifts. Sometimes I would put in like little Bath and Body Works things, or like this, like the cocoa packet. I just think it's really nice. You know, it's like we get a lot of bills, we get a lot of junk mail, and these kind of getting this kind of stuff is really fun. It makes it a lot more fun. You got to admit, getting Christmas cards and things like that in your mailbox, it's a lot more fun to open your mail. You probably look forward to your mail during this time of year. So I'm basically gonna tuck in my cocoa, tuck in my candy cane, and then you have this cute little pouch. And if I would have cut this even shorter, you would have been able to see it. Now, the cocoa packs I have were kind of generic looking, but you know, if you got there's other brands that have like more color, and maybe you want those to show more, whatever. This is the kind with marshmallows in it, so I didn't have to add a little marshmallow pouch to it, so I thought that was cute. Anyway, so that is what I made. To give to, you know, every year the neighbors, we pass out cookies. Everybody makes cookies or something, you know, party mix, whatever, and we all exchange it. It's just a nice little thing that we do for our little neighborhood. And I like to make cookies, but this year I feel kind of weird baking. I don't know how people will feel about it. So things like this are great because obviously they're safe to eat. They're prepackaged, and they still get my cuteness of my little elf, which I think is adorable. So that is my project for today. But I have so many things to talk about. I think so too. I think, you know, I think this leftover paper, you know, this black and white paper, Stephanie, was left over from like last, I want to say February, and it's been in my stash forever, and I started pulling it out with my black and white, or with my red and green and Christmas stuff, and It seems to be a theme, I think, with close to my heart, to have black and white around February. And that brings me to our specials. So we are nearing the end of 1 billion specials. See, I had to write them all down because there's so many. The Merry Little Christmas ornaments, the the little trees, snowflakes, and circles. Those are coming to an end. December 31st is the last day to order those, so we just have a couple more weeks. The Jingle All the Way packet, those are the Jingle All the Way is the papers and stamps that I used with my hostess group to make those layouts. And they have a mini album special that's like a excuse me, a little like green mini album, and that is coming to an end. The Seasons in Motion, that was the stamps that look like they're in motion. They kind of move across the page. I did not purchase those, so I can't show you those. But those come to an end December 31st. Feeling Grateful, that was that mini album that they did as a kids craft, but it was kind of a cool thing around Thanksgiving, but it will no longer be available until after December 31st. And finally, the calendar, the Moments Like These calendar ends December 31st, and I totally finished mine, pictures and all, and I thought I had it right here on the table, but I don't. And I don't want to walk because my dog is wrapped around my feet. I'm afraid I will fall over. Anyway, so those are all these specials that are coming to an end, and you know what that means. It means they are going to bring in a whole bunch of new specials. I am just dying under all the specials. So, Bring Back My Pack. You know how they've been bringing back an older pack, trying to. Sorry, I keep moving my camera because I'm trying to see the comments. So it's kind of awkward, but okay. So that. Denise, that calendar is amazing, and I'll be happy to show you what it looks like again with pictures all over it. I tend to plaster it with pictures when I'm sending calendars to the grandparents because they don't get to see the grandkids all the time. So mine does not follow the little 1 or 2 pictures per page, we'll just say that. The Bring Back My Pack is going to be Blossom, and everything is in stock except this time they decided to make an exclusive new stamp set and have thin cuts with it. And Blossom was one of the big favorites a long time ago. It's been a bit, but the problem is there's a lot of problems with the thin cuts and things that are coming from overseas getting hung up in customs. I guess those giant shipping containers are, somebody said there's several, they're like 50 to 100 deep, and it's taking a long time to get this stuff through customs. So this was initially going to be starting right now, but because we don't have the thin cuts, they decided to postpone this, but this is coming. So this will be the Bring Back My Pack, Blossom. And so if you want to kind of look that up on the internet, you know, Google Blossom and see if it's something that you like, you can do that. And then I can send you on your computer this flyer if you want to see it in more detail. A lot of people loved it because when you stamp these solid images, it's very bold, and it's a really easy way to stamp. The other thing coming up, there's a lot of events coming up with Close to My Heart. But in addition to that, you know, Margie with the virtual croppers is having a New Year's Eve, New Year's Day crop. And throughout the crop, there's different vendors who are going to be doing presentations. And I decided I wanted to do something with Serenity paper and the wood grain paper. And I have been working feverishly on various projects. I put a few pictures online, but I also went ahead and I did the actual workshop that comes from Close to My Heart. This is it. It's stunning, you guys. I didn't attach everything. Like, they actually have you adhere this down with a photo and journaling, but I didn't because it's not done, obviously. But how beautiful is that page? Oh my gosh. In real life, like when the lights hit the gold and the glitter gems and stuff, it's wow. It's a wowzer, okay? I did not add all the foam tape that they like to add because I thought this one's already a little dimensional. So I did add a little foam tape on here, but the rest of it's more or less flat. And then the second page it looks very unfinished because I wasn't really sure. I didn't want to put in the photo placement holders. They had like 3 by 3 type pictures here, and I have a feeling I'll be using full size. So I just left mine like that. I have no idea how old Blossom is. I thought it was really old, like, you know, go back 8 or 9 years, but somebody who's a newer consultant told me that they remembered when Blossom came out, and I was like, okay, it's newer than I thought. I'm gonna have to look it up to know that. I really love this, and you know, this was one of my favorite pages here, and I thought, oh, it's going to take so much time. But the truth is they really did break it down into an easy way to make this. And I was like, oh, well, heck, I'm going to do that on more pages because that was simple. And so I thought that was really pretty. And that is a 2-page layout. There's page 2. I flipped my camera around today. Can you guys tell? I have it landscaped instead of like portrait style. I feel like portrait style, you can see the top and bottom a little better, and I don't know how I feel about having all this excess over here showing, but I thought I'd try it today just to see what you guys thought. I'm not gonna sneak peek you any more of the New Year's Eve thing because I really want you to attend. What's funny about it is that I'm from 6:30 to 7:30, and I can't hardly even get through this weekly live in an hour. So I'm laughing because I'm like, thank God there's a half-hour break afterwards because I may fill it. I yap like crazy. Anyway, so the new special, which has started December 15th, it's official, is called Perfect Match. Now this one goes all the way through the end of February, so don't be in a huge hurry to buy it unless you're just dying for it right away. But what's really nice about it, just like all the other stuff, it comes in a variety of ways. So you can get just the paper and coordinating cardstock. You can get the little, they have like little, can you see that? Blingy hearts. They have a stamp set. And of course, the sticker sheet. So this one I actually have in my hands. I just want to show you how cool it is. This is obviously the February Love and Hearts and Flowers. Now see, Hearts and Flowers again, but this is February, so I excuse Hearts and Flowers for February. It makes more sense. But I love the little you know, X's and O's. I really like the color scheme of this. It's, oh gosh, can I think of all the colors? It is Flamingo, Ballerina. Those are the two pinks. There's Candy Apple Red, black and white. There's, this is Bluebird, I think. No, Carolina. And maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Carolina. And then there's a little bit of mint. This is mint, which if you have the old sea glass, it's very close. You could totally use sea glass with this and use some of your stash. But it is really nice. It's got a couple of really nice large sized titles for scrapbook pages. It's also got some smaller sized things that would make cards if you're into that. And then the paper is neat. So one side X's and O's, and the other side is this cool pink watercolor looking stripe. Then there's this is my favorite one. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's a pink check. I think it's in Flamingo and Candy Apple Red, but oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I don't know why I'm so drawn to that, but there is something about it. The back is hearts, and you know, Valentine's, always use hearts. There is a overall bold floral print, and then my other favorite paper, this one. Now this one is, I think one of the reasons I love it so much is it looks like notebook paper, and a lot of consultants made they had like a consultant challenge to make what is it called? Not a dream board, but I'll think of the name of it in a minute, but a giant board where you put your goals and things on it, and a lot of consultants used this paper for it, and it turned out really nice. So, of course, I would have made it more of the pink and black, because I think that's really cool. But there are some fun papers in that, and see, Valentine's is another time I used to put everything in the lockers and mailboxes of people at work. I love making all those little gadgets and gizmos. Vision board. Thank you, Stephanie. Man, I am like, whew, I gotta get my thyroid medicine adjusted. All right. The next special that I want to share is called Home Sweet Home. It is a special that it does not start until, what's the date? I want to say January. I think it starts January 1st. I don't know why I didn't write that down. But basically, oh yeah, January 1st through February 28th. And the reason I'm showing you now is because I may make a couple of projects using the wood paper and this. What I really love about this is it actually let me show it to you how it comes. So it comes as a giant wooden frame with wood pieced edges that you attach, okay? Now what's cool about that is that now the close to my heart wood pieces you can ink, you can glue paper on, you can stamp direct, you can anything. I mean, you can do anything you want to this and change the look. And it comes with a couple of different frames. There's like this black frame that you can just glue on, and then some of the things that they were showing, they showed like using a re-inker to kind of paint the board. You could use paint, whatever. And then, and you can buy this in parts and pieces. So if you only want this wood frame, you can. And what's nice about the wood frame is that it will hold a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. The opening ends up being like 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. And what I was thinking was this would be a perfect frame for when you have a scrapbook. Like I tell you all the time, I put scrapbook pages on the wall. This would be a great example of one where I could change it out. So that is a neat idea. And then it has this centerpiece that spells out home, and it's chipboard, and you can purchase it separately, just by itself. It's pretty inexpensive. So if you are one of those people that, you know, you run to Walmart or somewhere and you get those, you know, fake looking board things or whatever, and you don't want to make this background, you can just buy this piece and put it on there yourself and make it like a fun, you know, home deck type of project. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, see how this little O keeps popping out? So they are selling these circles and super strong magnets separately, or you can get the whole kit and caboodle, of course, and then you can change these out. So you have like 12, one for every month, and you can magnetize, put a magnet on it, and you can pop it into that. Oh, so you know how you see those wreaths where like home, where this is a wreath, and then, you know, every season it looks a little different. You could do this with these circles, and you can make each month a little bit different, and, you know, pop it in and out. You could put pictures of your family on here. You know, oh, this is the month of Jen's birthday, and, you know, so that month you pop in Jen's picture or whatever. That's really cool. I think I'm gonna make mine Disney-fied. So I may go off the close to my heart, you know, track and make these the Disney characters or something, and maybe even put some pictures of our Disney trips on there. I think that would be really fun. With is a kit like this, okay, and in that kit you can see there's the pieces for the wood. There's let me get some of this out of the way so that I can open this pouch and show you what's in this, because this is really a cool special. They really like to do something more 3D for paper crafting month, because, you know, paper crafting is what we do every month, right? And so having a home deck project for paper crafting month is kind of exciting. That home in paper where you can glue it on. You could ink it if you'd rather. I might ink it, I'm not sure. And then it comes with some various papers that you could use for background. There's a wood theme. There's like 4 different options. I kind of like this one. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a linen look, kind of a gray flannel almost. Very you know, farmhouse looking. So what they did was they created 12 or 13, I think 14 maybe, I don't know, circles. And so like this one makes a wreath for December. This one makes fireworks for July. There's a couple of sport ones that you could make. So, and they included all the different types of sports. So that you can do whichever one. They have a little house, haunted house with a pumpkin for Halloween. Here's a beachy Christmas. The reason they included a beach is because, you know, some of the customers of Close to My Heart, this is their summer. And so they don't have a snowy Christmas. They have a snowy, you know, August or whatever. So you could make this any way you want. There's summery things, there's watermelons, and there's all the different pieces, rainbows, cupcakes if you wanted to do, this is a special, you know, birthday month, and so you put the cupcake in. I would say the most extravagant one is the layered flowers. They keep showing that one in a lot of the advertisement. So this one is, one side is the black, the other side is the wood grain, and you just glue those on. So that's kind of neat. I'm gonna move that out of the way. There's also some glitter die cuts. So I'm just gonna show you this kind of up close so you can see that layered floral circle. And they used the polka dotted paper there. And then here's one where they did the little umbrella, the little pumpkin, the birthday. And so you can get these in parts and pieces. So you can get just the die cuts, you can get just the circles and magnets. That's $11.95. That's cheap. The little home piece, $6.50, and then the base piece is $14.95. So you can order this any way you want. I obviously got the whole kit and caboodle because I wanted to see it. I also got an extra base and extra circles so that I could make the ones Close to My Heart is promoting, and I could do my own thing. So it comes with instructions. Oh, there you go. Of all the little circles. You can see there's like a snowflake. The little glasses like for wedding, for champagne. Here, look at that wreath. That's so fun. Of course, now we have all those fun stamps too. I mean, think about the stamps that you have in your stash, and you could make this almost like a greeting card, and you know, make it each month kind of special, using something from your stash. So, all right, how's that? Oh, go online and make sure that you sign up for all the new events that you are going. I did notice they're giving out a little bit fewer prizes than when they very first started, but they're still giving out like 50-ish, and so there's a very good chance of winning, having your name drawn. I think it's amazing. Okay, is there any questions about anything here? I'm still trying to decide whether I'm going to show something next week because I expect everyone will be fairly busy. I hope that you all got my invitation to join us on New Year's Eve. It helps me to have people I know watching because you know how I am. I tend to prattle on, but I do have a lot to show for 1 hour. It's a lot. So even if you purchased the Serenity set and the paper pack, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to work along with me. I just decided I'm going to show tons of techniques and some samples, and then let you guys finish them during the crop, because if I just did one layout, it would take me an hour to do it start to finish. I hope that's okay. All right. Merry Christmas if I don't see you next week. I'm not sure, but I don't think I will be live unless something comes up I want to share. So watch for me just in case, but I appreciate you watching now. See you guys later.